Hey guys, it's Greg with CADRE. Been getting a lot of questions about staccatos, my personal staccatos, and how I've got them set up. So today's video will actually go in detail to what my favorite staccatos are, how I've got my personal one set up, and what I think. If you can, go ahead and like, subscribe. Again, the YouTube algorithm, if you go ahead and subscribe, it pushes it out to new shooters. That way they can find more about the content. Enjoy.
Okay, first up, Staccato XC. Solid pistol. I've got the Acro P2, which I love this optic now. A lot of guys have questions on the recoil springs. They ship with a 7-pound, or they used to ship with a 7-pound. I believe the factory shipping with a 9-pound now. I highly recommend, if you watch one of the other videos, I highly recommend a 10-pound spring in it to make it reliable. What happens is when you start shooting it a lot, carbon builds up. It'll start slowing the slide down, or if you're shooting with gloves and your thumb starts riding against the slide, you're going to induce a malfunction. The great thing about these springs here are they are just a 1911 government model factory springs. So you can get you a 7-pound, 8-pound, play with it if that's what you want. 10-pound is what I go with. Besides that, I've got the Atlas trigger. That's about the extent of it. Everything else is completely stock with it. Next up is my Staccato P steel frame. It's actually been worked over by Jeremy and the guys down at Vulcan Machine Works. I wanted something different. I don't do camo, but I wanted a Rhodesian camouflage. Everything they have is like the deserts, and I wanted to urbanize. They don't make anything like this. So I sat down with them, explained what I wanted, and this is what it came out with, and it's amazing. Now, again, you're looking at a 4.5, might as well say 5-inch barrel with a threaded staccato barrel. With the CADRE comp, it extends it out to 5.3 inches, so it's right under a Staccato XL, smooth as glass. I've got 50,000 rounds through this pistol. I've got the Extreme Shooters Gen 1 grip. They put their tactical stipple on it for me. I love that. It gives me a better purchase. I've got the Combat Precision hammer. Again, the Atlas flat trigger. I've got it set at 3.5 pounds. All my pistols are set at 3.5 pounds. And that's the steel frame Staccato P. Next up is my aluminum frame Staccato P. Of course, I've got the optic off because I've been training irons because I do that ever so often. Aluminum frame Staccato P, completely stock minus the Atlas trigger. And I've got the Extreme Shooters done a ODS C2 grip for me in their tactical stipple. I actually like the C2 grip better than the full size because it actually gives me a better purchase. The mag well will actually push my hand up, so it gives me stability when I push out. I've got a threaded barrel for this one, another fitted threaded barrel. So again, these actually came in about the same weight as the C2. So if you like a longer sight radius, if you're going to run irons, great setup. I like the toolless guide rod in these. Gives it better reciprocation. And that's about it on that one. Got any questions on this one? Put them in the comments below for me. Here, I've got my Staccato C2. This is the, I guess the limited model. What I've done, and that basically that's, you got the X serrations here, like the like the XC, and of course that came from the LAPD Metro pistol. What I've done to this, I've had Shooters Extreme. Of course, they put their tactical stipple on there. Got my CADRE comp. What I do with the CADRE comp is I actually run a 2019, the 4.15 Staccato P. I run the toolless guide rod. I clip maybe a coil, 2 coils in there, but it gives it a little bit better. It reciprocates a little bit flatter for me. That's one of my biggest complaints all along with Staccato C2 was the recoil master. I never cared for that. To me, it felt like a Glock. It's got the 2 springs. It's very springy. Utilizing this, it actually helps me get on target a lot faster. Finally, guys, it's my Staccato CS. I absolutely love this pistol. 3.5 inch barrel. I've got it set to 3.5 pounds. I like 3.5 pound trigger. All mine are set at 3.5 pounds. Everything else is completely stock in it. Besides the Trijicon SRO, I've got the 2.5 MOA on this. I can effectively engage targets out to 50 yards, and I feel confident with that. Another big question that I do receive a lot is, what do I lubricate my Staccatos with? And for the last several months, I've been running the KGW, Kentucky Gun Works. Smaller company, outstanding product. I run the arms. I can't recommend them enough. I've got a discount code I'll put in the bottom for you guys. To close it up, guys, hopefully this helped. Hopefully it answered a lot of questions. If out of all these, if I could have only one, and I've said this before, it's going to be the C2. The C2 platform does everything that I need from home defense, training, shooting, EDC. With this model, I've got a fitted barrel, just a flush cut barrel, so I can actually take the comp out, take the comp and barrel and run it for EDC. CS, amazing shooter. I've done a couple reviews on it. XC, again, flagship model, extremely flat. The weight, it's going to weigh, I'm wanting to say they're about 39 ounces. But it's got the steel frame, it's got the steel barrel, it's amazing as well. But again, like, subscribe, share. If you got any more questions or comments about these pistols, if they're like what you run, if you got any recommendations, go ahead and put them in the bottom for me. Main thing, guys, get trained, get to the range, be prepared.